This is Helium Team's 4M.1 Fullstacks demo, richer metadata and identifiers from KCs. In this demonstration, we'll be looking at the common share user interface within the Helium stack and exploring some services and artifacts from KC2 and KC7 with references to persistent GUIDs, object registration service, DATs, schema.org, datasite DOIs, BD bags, minutes registered as ARCs on N2T, and using an example dataset from GText to do this. This is the common share web user interface to the Helium stack. One can log into it with their institutional credentials using the Globus Auth provided on the landing page. If we go to the user profile area and click the edit button, we can begin to see some of the metadata that can be used throughout the Helium stack. For this demonstration, we're going to use GText data that has its DOIs referenced at the datasite search site. For our example dataset, we're going to use this DRONC seek data, and for this demonstration, remember that the DOI for it ends in KE93. Let's go to the landing page where that resource is stored within Common Share. If we go to the Discover tab, enter that DOI, remembering that it ends in KE93, we see the search result here, and we see the type of rich metadata stored within Common Share. This rich metadata includes versioning information, author, owner, resource type, created, last updated, abstract, subject in the form of keywords, how to cite with respect to Common Share, license information, requiring a data use agreement, private, discoverable, which means metadata only, or public, which means the data can be downloaded by anyone, the path information of where the artifact is located within Common Share, extended metadata, including much of the rich metadata located at datasite. This includes the DOI, which can be in the form of the object registration service landing page, and also information such as schema.org in the format of JSON LD, and could just as easily include DATS format should that be available. Returning to the top of that same landing page, if we click the Edit this Resource button, we see the ability to add additional information to the abstract, add additional keywords, multiple options for other licenses, including the ability to provide your own license, change the sharing status, spatial information, and the ability to add additional extended metadata, related resources, and additional authors and contributors with credits. In this next part of the demonstration, let's say a researcher wants to build on this DRONC data by combining it with their own data. To demonstrate that, we've created a copy of the resource, but slightly renamed the title DRONC Seek Data Combined with My Own Research Data. The related research comes from UNC researcher Kirk Wilhelmsen in his lab, where he's doing similar work in drop-seek techniques. So what we can do is add that to the extended metadata of our own resource by going to the Extended Metadata tab, Add New Entry. We'll title the entry Kirk Wilhelmsen's lab work, and we'll put in a URL to that, save the changes here, and now when we go back and look at the extended metadata, it includes what it included before from the datasite website, as well as this new entry from Kirk Wilhelmsen lab-related work, remembering that this is a copy, our own copy of this resource. Next, let's say that the researcher would like to share actual data with us and that we'd like to add to that same resource. We notice some techniques that are being used here. So we go back to our resource landing page, go to our profile, edit it, retrieve from a Globus storage endpoint where the researcher has shared particular data with us. We find that particular data set, we select it, and now it is ready to be ingested into that and added to that resource. So in order to add that data to this particular resource, we scroll down to the area where the data is stored, we say add files from iRODS, which is where the Globus endpoint to that data points to. Hit return to see what's in the Globus endpoint. Look within that. We find the file. We do select. And we now see that the data has been added to the resource here. Finally, for this last part of the demonstration, let's say we want to mint a minute for this to make the data citable. First, we have to make the data public, accept a common share agreement to make it public. Select Make Public. And now we notice a new icon has appeared, which is to publish this resource. So when we select that icon, we have a different publication agreement that appears. We say Publish. Asks us again. We say Publish. And now this former GUID, after it's still thinking here, but this GUID now will change to a minid and N2T arc that can be referenced and citable. And here we see that indeed it has changed to that. If we click this, for example, we see a minute landing page, also with reference to the resource itself. And from there, it can also be downloaded as a BD bag, which will happen down here. The same BD bag can be downloaded directly from the N2T landing page. So if we go there, we notice it's a pointer back to the exact BD bag as a serialized zip file on the Common Share website. So if we click that, indeed the BD bag is downloaded. And that concludes our demonstration.